Is it 30 minutes in?
27 and a half. It's Andrew. 27 and a half.
Yeah, well done, Isaac. Pull it, mate. Backwards. That's it. Work. Go with him. Go with him, Isaac. Go with him.
Can we do it quick? Can we do it quick?
Jazza, on the ball. Isaac. Just in up front, yeah? On the whistle. Quick. Charlie, get in the box. Quick. Ball coming in. Joe, ball coming in. Yeah, Jay. Just worry about the place. Yeah, the break. Hey, Grace.
All right, ready when you are, Charlie. So, welcome belatedly to Buckby Land Rover Park. Apologies, we've had all manner of technical difficulties here this evening, but you haven't missed any goals as of yet. We're just past the half-hour mark in this one. Still locked at 0-0. Both teams have come close, and it's City with an incursion here through Nicky Edwards, who's just straight offside. And will be brought back, but it's probably been Launceston City who've had the better of the chances in the opening half-hour. A couple of near misses, including that one moments ago, thumping a drive into the frame of the goal. Jared Linger came within a whisker of opening the scoring earlier. Zebras have had a couple of dangerous plays up there, one cleared off the line. Dwayne Walsh with a good one-on-one chance, but 0-0 the score, all still to play for. And now we're up and running. Hopefully we'll have a few goals to go with what's been a pretty good contest thus far. This one's headed down by Riley Dillon. City have had plenty of time attacking this afternoon. Durazio throws in looking for Linger, who's played it in an advanced role and has been amongst City's best. As a full-blooded sliding challenge comes in there from Matthew Pace, just working back in defence. He's flying in. A bit of the ball before into the man there. Durazio sends it down the line again. Isaac to Ghetto. Oh, a nice little turn in tight confines up against the returning Jaden Hay. Coming in to help out is Tommy Little. And decision made in City's favour, so a chance. Tresky standing over this one. Big Sullivan gets forward. He'll be a likely target in the air. So here goes Matreski. Dangerous ball. Sullivan unmarked. Should have hit the target. He puts it over the top. I don't know how you don't have someone marking him. It's not like you can't see the fella. He's 6 foot tall. And he is all on his lonesome and really should have punished the Hobart Zebras there. That is just slack marking. And Sullivan squanders a great opportunity to put City ahead. Unmarked header. Giant of a man, just should not be given that much time and space in the penalty area. And the Zebras will need to be sharper defending set pieces than that. A real bullet dodged there as Harutza picks it up at the back. Swings it in the Sanders direction. He's been working hard up top tonight, but they've coughed it up in midfield here, and Charlie Dyer will try and find Jared Linger, just eluding him. The Zebras coming off a fairly flat performance last Friday night against the Kingra Lions. Fell 2-1 in that game. Launceston City, well, they've had a real disjointed schedule, but have won their past 3 games, but it's not been 3 weeks at all. They've scarcely been able to get on the park over the past 6 weeks, so be glad to be playing again and looking to parlay their recent run of good results into a few more as Matreski tries to unlock them, but Little leading DeGetto to the ball. Watman gets himself into a little difficulty and then coughed it back up. Lovely Matreski. Riley Dillon will just lay it back to Little. Bends it round trying to keep it in, but out of play just one of the Zebras' technical area there. As Charlie Dyer picks it back up in midfield. Get across. Now Sullivan, man who missed that header. Swings this one out. That's Matreski in space. Back to Durazio. And Dyer. Back again to Durazio. City ball. So Matreski again punches this one to the top of the box. Headed away by Harutza. Dyer. Good recovering those loose balls today. Riley Dillon away from him, but straight onto the chest to Matreski. Matreski back to Durazio. Just not quite on the same wavelength there were Smith and Dyer. Recapping some other results in the NPL Tasmania today. Devonport 12-0 over Clarence. Miles Barnard scoring 8. He's set the record for most goals in an NPL Tasmania game, beating a Zebras player, and Adam McEwen previously held that record, now belonging to the Fox, who was feasted on Clarence, it would seem. 5-1 win for Olympia over Riverside in the other game. No goals to speak of here, as this one's punched along down the guts, straight to the waiting arms of Lockie Clark, who's had an outstanding season, City's #1. Up there with Pitchford and the goalkeepers of the year. This one won't find its way through to Smith, but Jared Linger gets on it. Trying to make something happen. It was Hancock's back on top, Linger. Yonazawa and Harutza just take advantage of a slight moment of his indecision, clear the ball away. Sliding in there. Versatile Japanese player, finds himself in defence at present. Seen him in a number of different roles in this team as Watman launches this in the pace direction, brings it down. Touch to take him into some space. Now he's going to have a run at Matarazzi and skips past him. They've got a couple in the middle here to pick out. One of them's Geordie Muller. Controls it, keeper sliding out is Clark. And does just about enough to see it behind for a corner. A dangerous attack there, one of the Zebras' best of the game so far. Breaking down the right, Matthew Pace, and Muller just couldn't quite control it initially and allowed Clark to slide out and deal with the problem, but presents Riley Dillon with a set-piece opportunity. Very dangerous from the dead ball is Dillon. He bends this right to the back post. No one there over all comers, and out the back for a goal kick only. Yeah, Women's Super League today, Ulverston beating Olympia 2-0. Hobart Zebras over Kingborough 4-1 in a repeat of the statewide cup final, and South Hobart 8-0 over Clarence. So, big move there at the top of the table. Olympia, first time they've been beaten all year. Zebras close the gap to them. Title race holding up at the NPL. It's the Devonport Strikers still holding sway on top. Pace swings this one for Walsh. Good advantage paid. Walsh trying to get round the outside of Matarazzi. Wouldn't let him. And he's just unable to prevent the corner. So 5 minutes before the break here. Zebras just having a good little spell. Can they take the lead before the halftime interval? Really changed the complexion of this match. Pretty even first half. Both teams feel they should have found the back of the net. See, probably just edging the high danger chances. Not going to opt for the right foot on this occasion. Nicky Edwards to send it in. Doesn't beat the first man, not dealt with though. Selrutza reply on it, and in the end, the free kick will go in City's favour, and hopefully not an injury here as well. Look on the replay. Millington the one on the deck there, and that would be of some concern. He's only just come back from injury, and it's been such an important part of this Launceston City defence. A few more underrated footballers going around than Lindsay Millington. Have a look at the chances from this game. That one slammed into the post from Dyer. Not far away from opening the scoring. Jared Linger came really close as well. Had a couple of good looks, City. Millington gets back to his feet. He's desperately hoping that he can soldier on. He's jogging off, so that's probably a good sign for the hosts. Durazio will just slide into his central defensive role. He comes back on, but that should be momentarily. So, Lockie Clark sends it towards Hancock's, flicked on. Out the back and dealt with by Riley Dillon. Acrobatically away by Matarozzi. Hancock's scored that lovely goal. Recent trip down south sunk the Glenorchy Knights. Week off last week, so it's the last time City were in action. This one's repelled away only so far as Yonezawa. Yonezawa, Sanders first time. Clever little ball in behind looking for pace. Did well to keep it in pace. And wins the throw in an advanced position. Yonezawa. Combined with Sanders. Just losing his footing was Edwards. The first time ball just into space there from Smith. No one really there. Tommy Little leads back in the race. Ghetto did well to just get off the option to Jaden Hayes. So they'll swing around the other side and find Harutza. Muller. Muller back to Little. Oh, they've got themselves in trouble here. That's a poor pass from Little straight to Jared Linger. Can Linger make them pay? No, he can't. It was another good opportunity for City. Third real good look in this half. Just sloppy at the back from Tommy Little. Just not reading the pitch at all there. Perhaps a bit used to KG5. Slicker surface here at Buckby Park. That was always going to hold up. And Linger just couldn't find the back of the net. He's been buzzing about, looking threatening, Jared Linger. Hasn't quite come off for him so far. Here's Jaden Hay. Back to Little. Tommy Little. One cut out. Charlie Dyer. Good spill for Dorazio. Turns towards the touchline, then just swings it down the line, gives Smith something to chase after, but Little just down points him. Hay. Well, since his last action, of course, the quarter-final against Devonport. Couple weekends and Zebra's buys have led to a rather lengthy layoff there for Jaden Hay. Here's Walsh. And another Zebra's throw here in the shadows of half-time. Tuning in, wondering where Noah Mees might be. He's currently sitting an exam, but has been named on the bench for City. And just some handy reinforcements to call upon in the second half. And if they can keep it at 0-0, they've got their secret weapon to come in. Probably not so secret, given you've got to give the opposition a team sheet. But the fact he's not at the venue just adds an element of stealth to it. There's Jared Linger, the man looking most likely in his absence up top. Just got that one caught between his feet. Matreski sliding it through, looking for Hancock's. Couldn't quite combine there. Sammy Watman restored to the Hobart Zebras net today. Rolls this one out to Rutza. Yonezawa didn't like what he saw, so just off to go back again. Edwards puts the ball in dispute in the bullseye. Sliding in was Tyre. Fell out the back for Jaden Hay, who dissects the defence, but just overhit it. Had spotted the run of Walsh cleverly. Just overhit his pass to him. So Clark thumping it long. Rutzer always favoured in the air. Brought down by DeGetto, just in behind of Linger. Matreski chips it up. Let fall for DeGetto. Little able to repel, but straight down the throat. Oh, Dorazio, who didn't feel Sanders breathing down his neck and coughed it up. Now it's Nicky Edwards back the other way. Just dwelt on it and bought a little room. Rolls it in for Sanders. Keeps it moving to Geordie Muller. His footing was Hancock's. It allowed Yonezawa just to slide it through for pace. 2 for company out here, pace. Slippery surface, not making it easy for the players, but they do well, the City defence. Muller. Back into Yonezawa. Yonezawa, way by Sullivan. Harutza. Now a foot race between Dillon and DeGetto here. Two pacey customers to Jeno, just flicked it inside to find some room, but then he coughed the pass straight up to Jaden Hay. Did the hard work, then made the basic error. Here's Nicky Edwards. Holding up. Now he'll skip inside onto his preferred right foot. Across to Jaden Hay. Bit of room here for Hay. Oh, well done. Hancock's working back. Just shaping to shoot there was Hay. Yonazawa. A chance for a cross. Well shut down again. And Mackenzie Hancock brings the first half to an end with a pair of good defensive efforts. And that keeps the scoring to 0-0 at the half. Nothing to speak of just yet, although some good chances. City certainly feel they could have had one, but all still to play for in this second half here. And Hobart Zebras and Launceston City. This was as close as either side came. A thumping shot from Dyer. Had the keeper beat, but not the crossbar. And at half-time, we are locked at 0-0. Apologise for the delay initially getting this one to you. We had to find a few internet problems, but should be smooth sailing for the second half, and we'll be back in around about 10 minutes' time with that for you. So locked at 0-0 at Buckby Land Rover Park, an intriguing second half in store. An advanced role and has been amongst City's best. Full-blooded sliding challenge. Isaac to get out. Oh, a nice little turn in tight confines up against the returning Jaden Hay. Coming in to help out is Tommy Little. So here goes Matreski. Dangerous ball. Sullivan unmarked. Should have hit the target. Again to Durazio. Trying to make something happen. It was Hancock's back on top, Linger. Let's see, and skips past him. They've got a couple in the middle here to pick out. One of them's Geordie Muller. Controls it, keeper sliding out is Clark. And doesn't beat. The first man not dealt with though. Sorutza a play on it, and in the end. Oh, they've got themselves in trouble here. That's a poor pass from Little, straight to Jared Linger. Can Linger make them pay? No, he can't. It was another good opportunity.
We have 2 or 3 minutes here.
can't do it, Launceston.
Oh, good, that's good.
Yes, I am ready when you are, buddy.
And we're back for the second half here at Buckby Land Rover Park. No changes for either team, so same 11s we saw in the first 45 that have it locked at 0-0, though not through lack of opportunities. And one gets the feeling there will be goals in this second half. Who can conjure, and will Zebras be able to get their season back on track after they've been unbeaten for a long stretch of the season? Plenty of draws, but unbeaten. And a couple of losses in their last couple of starts. City, meanwhile, the opposite, a really slow start to the season, but 3 on the trot, looking to make it 4 as they begin a month of fixtures here at Buckby Park. Can they make it a real fortress pace? Going up against Matarozzi. Just eluded the Dwayne Pipe as he tried to roll it back for him there. Malarotti. Long. Play by Yonezawa. Takes up against Malarotti. Fell for Sanders. Sweeping ball in behind. Can he find Nicky Edwards? Well done, Lockie Clark. Off his line sharply. Alert to the danger of Edwards. Jane and Hay now. Trying to make things happen. Couldn't get past Durazio. Spills out for a City throw. To the middle, good ball in dispute. Pace. Turns back the other way. Looked it to Dillon, who passed it straight there to Malarotti. Smith under pressure from Little. The back trying to find Hancock's. Working back was Riley Dillon, and he'll just recycle it out the back to Big One Harutza. Back to Tommy Little. And the first time ball into the middle, and Sullivan well away from Sanders. Safety first. Clark. And that one in there to Harutza. Muller under pressure here from Matreski. Muller wanting a foul. One was forthcoming. Malarotti just lost control of it momentarily. Zebras will take the throw in. Yonezawa. Geordie Muller. His best work there, Geordie Muller. Long from Malarotti. Jared Linger trying a little flick between the legs. That one cannoning into the Dwayne pipe. Bogged down on this left wing for the time being. Long throw. Yonezawa away. Hay. Now Sanders. Throws it back to Walsh. Here's Yonezawa. Forward looking for Sanders. Clark sweeping across. Yonezawa intercepting. Now we'll look to play the 1-2 the Walsh and Sanders. Nice work from the Japanese fullback here. Full-blooded challenge from Sullivan. To see it out of play, just quite the zip on the ball Yonezawa was after. Slightly heavy pitch. They're going to opt to defer the throw into Jaden Hay, who this might signal something long is being prepared because he's got a bit of a cannon on him. As Hay. Near post. Bounced a couple of times before Millington able to steer it away. Flick from Smith, couldn't quite find Linger. Yonezawa got it to pace. Now Jaden Hay. First time ball, couldn't find Yonezawa. And smashed well away from there. Harutza throws all the way back to Watman. Now to Jedi. Just tries to flick it over the top of Yonezawa. Took it into space nicely. He's passed out in front of Jared Linger though. Just needed to find the feet there. Matreski. Quite sized playmaker spinning away, but then just unable to find Linger again. Not quite getting the service he's after. Young Jared Linger at the moment. So Muller into the middle. Picked up by pace. Jaden Hay. Will look out, possesses the options. Doesn't see anything particularly appealing, so carries it further forward, then just knocks it over to Yonezawa. Clever little pass into pace. Walsh. And the City defence is disciplined. So Walsh won't be able to get on the end of that one. The City goal kick. There's plenty of interest in that car park in this corresponding fixture 12 months ago. The Gabriel Marcage Memorial Car Park monitor set up over there. Zebras manager David Smith safely inside the technical area today. No need for step ladders as Walsh punches this one into the middle, away by Millington. Muller. Edwards across to Dillon. Now Pace. Turns his head up and then just again unable to pick a pass. The midfield and the attacking line of the Zebras has been a bit discombobulated at times. They've just not been on the same page. Too many passes going to where players have run from rather than where they're running to. Probably been something that's plagued both teams to an extent, to be fair. Here's Walsh. Back to Yonezawa. Hay. First time flick from Pace, not a good one. Malarozzi forward, looking for Smith, and I think that's really where they've missed Big Noah Mees today, just something to hold the ball up for them. Really Smith and Linger's natural game. Hold up centre forward type play. Don't know if they've got the live tracker on him to see if he's finished his exam yet or not, but it could be key to the second half. In fact, he's just rocked up at the venue now, so the weapon has arrived. Here's Dwayne Walsh. They might need goals if Everest can hit them here, although that's a poor cross from Walsh, straight to Lockie Clark. So he's just snuck onto the bench there, Maisie. So he might have some time to make his mark on this contest. Smash an exam, then smash a late winner off the bench. He'd have a pretty good day, I reckon. As this one's out the back for Clark, across to Harutza. Yonezawa. Chester down by Sanders. Jaden Hay with a burst into space. Ball into the middle. Inadvertent handball there. Play on. Sanders. Just to Dillon. Stone cold Riley Dillon. Good ball to Jaden Hay. Hay looks to take on Linger. Sticking tight to him here is Jared Linger. Well defended Malarozzi. Broke up the Walsh pass, and then they rake this one along, looking for a bursting run from midfield from Charlie Dyer. Dyer just need to hold up and wait for a little support. Did a pretty good job of that, and got past his man Muller too. Now he's got some men in the middle if he can find them. Over hits the cross, but Jared Linger is there, but frustratingly for Linger, he bent back over the goal line. So it's going to be Watman. Edwards. Dillon. Now Harutza. A little pressure from Linger here. Fully back inside to Jaden Hay though. Now Sanders. Dropping deep. Punching it forward, looking for Walsh. This is better from the Zebras though, and it might end with Matty Pace. One-on-one, it's a big chance here for Pace. And wide of the mark. It's a glorious opportunity. And again, has all the chances today have been. They have gone begging. Malarozzi just got himself into trouble there. And great touch just to hold the ball up, wait for Millington's momentum to take him past him. And City are looking to the bench, so they're not wasting any time at all. They're going to bring Big Noah Mees on here. So, I don't know how he went in his exam, but we'll see how he goes out here at Buckby Land Rover Park, replacing the number 15, Smith. So, handy reinforcements. The star man up top comes on, and it's going to be a good duel with him up against a couple of strong defenders, particularly Big Harutza, who's certainly got the physical profile to mark him. And he's been a match winner this year, Noah Mees. Headed back centrally by Walsh. Here's Charlie Dyer. Matreski. Jumping into that one was Yonezawa. Read the intent. Shut down again by Matreski. Scrappy this, but eventually the Zebras went out. Walsh just felt he was offside, I think. Didn't make the run in the end. Clark opting to throw. Spies to Ghetto. First time flick in behind Mees. Riddlinger still hustling about, buzzing about in attack. He's worked tirelessly up there tonight, Huslinger. Play by Sullivan. Isaac DeGetto. Driving ball, a good one too, looking for Hancox. Hancox, oh, got there before the keeper and then went into him. Falls for a penalty unheeded. Hancock still fighting hard here. It's a great ball over the top, this from DeGetto. So you have a look. And yeah, Watman gets the ball. Good decision in the end from Tony Pett. Keeper just beating Hancock to the ball. Long throw. They'll get another one. Walking the touchline. Throw in to Mees, his first involvement. A particularly good one. It was intercepted by Muller. Alert to it. Charlie Dyers had a nice game. They're putting the pressure on. And eventually, they get out behind through Sanders. Knocks it back for Hay. Yonezawa sensing some space. And they go down the opposite flank instead. And then Sanders with a great ball. And Yonezawa's arriving. Charged down by Matarozzi. Out behind for a corner. Great ball that from Sanders. Yonezawa had made good ground up the right wing. So corner ball now. Corner Zebras. Taken short by Dillon. Lining of Edwards back to Riley Dillon. He's got a good angle now. It's a dangerous ball. It's headed home. And it's Matty Sanders who's done it again. His 21st goal of the season. And he's nodded the Zebras into the lead just before the hour mark here at Buckby Park. The short corner, well executed by the Zebras on this occasion. Riley Dillon had time to pick his spot. And there was Sanders in between the man on the line, Dyer, and Lockie Clark's outstretched right arm. And they take the lead. A great header. Make that 21 for the Colonel. He's having himself some sort of season in the goal scoring department. And denied the Golden Boot the past couple of seasons, finishing runner-up to Jacob Schlenner and Braden Mann, but hard to see how he doesn't take it this year. As Edwards turns and rolls this one across. Dangerous ball back into Sanders again. Straight at Clark on this occasion, but starting to look a little loose at the back. And they can't count on Matty Sanders having a day like he did last time these sides met down at KG5. Just wasn't his day that day, Matty Sanders. Have a look at this one. He just squandered a series of chances, but showed today one chance, one goal. Clinical finish with the head. It's much more like the Matty Sanders we've seen. And 21 goals. He's going to be thinking 30 plus this year. But the Zebras now have got the confidence up. They've got their tails up. Pace. Running at the defence. Well done, Matreski. Sullivan forward. Straight to Hadrutza. Little. Let it down. DeGetto. Wants to take on Yonezawa. That just took him straight into Jaden Hayes' path. Still going DeGetto. Wanting hard here. Isaac DeGetto. Well, he's just running out of room there, but then gets on it. Yonezawa just able to get in there, but one back by Mees. Mees turns, swings it across, but it's an ugly ball in behind of Hancock's there. Had to go back and retrieve it. Got it to Dyer. Muller. Muller. Cross to Edwards, swings it over the top. Walsh hasn't quite timed his run. The flag was up on him. It's advantage paid, so Clark can go with the out of the hands kick and sent it straight in the Yonezawa direction. Walsh with a nice little touch in ahead of Matarozzi. Pace. Trying to find Walsh. It was offside. Sanders probably would have been the better option on that occasion. Taken quickly by Sullivan. Trying to catch them out. Swings this one down towards Mees, who's also had the offside flag raised on him. Tommy Little now. Jaden Hay. Smashed away by Hay. Taken down in stride by Riley Dillon, storming into the box here, and then putting it on a platter for pace. Stretching, couldn't quite get there. And Walsh able to keep it in. Lee, a goal kick. So, Dorazio. From the back, opts for the long direct approach for Mees. We might see a little bit more of that now the big target man's on. He looks to take on Tommy Little. He says, I'll have a piece of you. Little held his ground pretty well. In the end, it's up. Pass eluding pace. Tick past it out. The mist starting to settle in. I don't think we'll quite get the scenes from Canberra on Saturday night, if anyone caught that one. They're the cup final. Half-hour delay before extra time due to fog on the pitch. This one's swung out the back. Matreski hustling, trying to track it down. Gonna leave the throw for Sullivan, I reckon. Saw him do this at Riverside a few weeks ago to tremendous effect. Big Sullivan with the throw-ins. He can absolutely launch them. So, whilst he's a fair weapon in the air himself, why not get him to swing this one in? He does the flat delivery. He didn't quite get as much on it as he might have liked. He might get a chance to swing across in though. Flat one again. Being the first man, but again Conley getting another bite at it. Dyer. Sullivan. Dinks it over the top, tried to play in Hancock's. Yonazawa able to get his head to it. Now Hancock's pounces on it. Lindsay Hancock's couldn't find Dyer. Broken up by Jaden Hay. The Zebras have looked better for his return in the midfield today. Now Riley Dillon charging forwards. Broken up, and now it might be City. It's Hancock's running at Tommy Little. Jared Linger bursting to give him an option in the middle. Still, he just kind of heads corner flag. Might just try and get himself the corner. And she has done so successfully. So well done, Mackenzie Hancock's, and chance for Matreski to get across. 1-0 the score in favour of the Hobart Zebras. It was a 2-2 draw when they met earlier in the year down in Hobart. And cracking game to the very final minute. Let's hope we get more of the same tonight. Matreski. Millington rising, falls out the back to Jetto. Then away by Muller. To Jetto again. Under pressure from Harutsa. Back to Jared Linger. Linger standing this one up. Searching ball headed back into the mixer. Noah Mees looking to pounce. Oh, not cleared. Fortunate in that it fell and just spun straight back to Harutsa, and he's able to. It wasn't overly convincing at the back from the Zebras. Managed to clear the area well enough though. City will look to dial the pressure right back up. Harutsa alert to what Mees was trying to do there. Sullivan again. Diagonal ball over the top for Jared Linger. Spotted the run, picked him out, and then Linger just lost his footing, I think. Under the foul. None forthcoming. Walsh. Pace. Little. Now Muller. Back to Riley Dillon. Stone Cold swings it over the top for Sanders. Close checking of Millington. Wriggles free. Pace lost his footing, but it worked out the way to Walsh. A thumping hit from the Dwayne pipe He leaves absolutely no doubt about that one. A ferocious blast. And the Zebras have doubled their lead after 65 minutes. That'll be a tough blow for City. They'd been attacking, they'd had a good spell. And Walsh just too much time and space, and you just can't hit a ball better than that. That is a thumping shot from Walsh into the roof of the net. And a 2-0 lead. It's going to take something special now for City. And they got a late fight back in them. That was absolutely crunched from Walsh. Emphatic shot. And City, who've been showing some positive signs, now have 2 goals to try and find. Side with goals in them. This one's chipped up. The Zebras throw. So we approach the halfway mark of the second half, and real gut punch that one. Eerie silence just falling over the venue. This one's just chipped forward, and the flag's been raised here. Hancock's was winning the foot race regardless. Look at the penalty shout at the other end, or it was outside the box anyway, so it just would have been a free kick. But nothing forthcoming there for Jared Linger. It's later. Walsh at the other end. And change in an instant this game. This one's shift forward. Mees nods it back centrally. Jaden Hay and some more good defensive work. Watman just clear the area. Durazio. Muller. Back to Little. Now Sanders has led the line well. The Zebras are prepping a change here. Luke Huxley set to be introduced for the final 20 minutes. As Hay rolls it back to Watman. Riley Dillon down the line, spies the run of Pace. Pace not quite keeping in play. Make a sub now. And it's going to be the goal scorer, Dwayne Walsh, to be replaced. And his place will come on the towering presence of Luke Huxley. So a slightly different customer to deal with up top for the City defence. Huxley, more of a battering ram up there. Walsh, that's his best work with the ball on the ground. Huxley knocks it in the air. Nearly scored a late equaliser last Friday night against the Kingborough Lions. He won just past the post in the final minute. Can he make an impact tonight? Well, his hold-up play, that's just as important. He's working back defensively. Good defending set pieces because it's City who need the goals. And Mees is so sloppy touch there. Matreski trying to find DeGetto. Anazawa turns free of him. Snapping at his heels was DeGetto. He played it out to Hay. Hay to Sanders. Had some nice counter-attacking moments where Sanders has just dropped in, made those passes off to his wide men. And they do so again here. Here's Nicky Edwards. Edwards rolling it back through for Riley Dillon. And it's stopped by Malarozzi before it can cross the line. Saves one there, Malarozzi. The danger's not yet past though, as Hancock slides in, and that will be a corner. So you have a look at the replay here. Slid through for Dillon. Beat Clark. Couldn't beat Malarozzi getting back on the line.
Don't need to take a risk here, Tom.
Corner taken short. Bent near post. Sullivan clears it almost. Cleared it back into the skulls there. Made life pretty difficult for Clark, but it's on the roof of the net. It's potentially a very tough one for him. Spinning away there. Riley Dillon to take this corner.
Go and get it, Pacey, go and get it, Pacey. He won't go with you. Good. Drop, Nicky, drop.
Bent in, Clark comes and collects. Commandingly done there from Lockie Clark, and he rolls it out in front of Mees, and they try and spring the counter. Mees charging at the defence here. He opts to go to Jared Linger. Linger up against Hay. He's got some support from Hancox. Doesn't use it, goes himself. Shot was blocked. And shot was blocked by a handles it. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Zebras. It's the offside. Yeah, so it's the keeper. His vision probably being impaired by the offside players. This one stretching to keep it in was pace. Kalutza over the top of Mees. Handled him well since his introduction. Yonazawa to Sanders. Turning is Matthew Sanders. And Hugh Sloot. Riley Dillon. Squirming one way, then the other. Then punching one in. No one able to get on the end of it. A teasing ball that from Dillon. All it needed was someone on the end of it to stick it in the back of the net. Yeah, Degetto just losing the footing. Slippery surface out there for the players. And Zawa just enough there. Hughes Sloot's offside as he flicks this on. And feel he was. Flag had been immediately raised on him. Clark pumping it along. Didn't really give Mees much of a play on it. Now Hughes Sloot gets it to Hay. Yonazawa. Yonazawa wants a run from Hughes Sloot, who again has just been caught cheating offside there. Big fella just lurking beyond the last man. Now Pace looking to sneak in behind him. Alarozzi slides in on him. Sees it behind for a corner. Edwards, Hughes Sloot the target, gets good purchase, but Lockie Clark across. Grabbed that one out of the air. Charlie Dyer cast in the role of target man, beaten by Yonazawa with a tremendous attack on the ball. Muller to Dillon. Riley Dillon turning and taking them on here. And then sends it in towards Sanders! Oh, it's superb football from the Zebras. Finished off by Matty Sanders. He grabs another one. 3-0, and that's probably the ball game you'd imagine. Sanders grabs another. Picking up his second. He moves to 22 goals for the season. Maybe just sensing Miles Barnard making a charge at his golden boot crown after he banged in 8 against Clarence today. But a pair for the Colonel. He had an absolute nightmare the last time these two teams met, but he has been at his clinical best today. And with a 3-0 lead, you'd have to think that's just about curtains as we head into the final 15 minutes here. It would take something pretty spectacular from this point. And Sanders makes himself 22nd. Sliding in there was Horutza. Matreski. Degetto. Quite getting behind there. So 2 goals and an assist for Sanders. He's been the game breaker. Here's Geordie Muller. A lot better in this second half. Especially on the counter attack. Pretty sharp as they're threatening again here. It's Jaden Hay this time. Spinning into a little trouble. Dillon with a speculative effort. That's a really good save from Lockie Clark. That was dipping into the bottom corner. Great hit from Dylan. And the keeper was alert to it. Raking ball from Dyer. Deflected into the path of Little, steering that one away. Have another look at this Riley Dillon effort. All kept out. Here's Yonazawa, back to live play, and he'll send this to an offside Hughes loop. Clearly straight there, and looks like the man who's had his record today robbed by Barnard. It's going to be McEwen to come on. So he's only got 15 minutes to score 8 goals and reclaim it. I wouldn't have thought today would be the day. The day that he sees his record fall. Can he come on and maybe get amongst the goals? Consolation prize is McEwen on for pace. Bit of a reshuffle as McEwen heads out to the left, and Edwards now taking up a position on the right. He's the target, but well over his head. Peruzza didn't quite have the momentum to run out of play, so he deals with it and goes long. Hughes uses the long levers to bring it down and win that challenge, but well done Durazio to win it back. And Matreski, just got fouled by 2 players there, I think. Matreski, Hughes from behind, and Zawa in the front. Grab there from Hughes, and Zawa just came in and knocked him in the scotners. This one's chased down by Sammy Watman. He's going to try and let it roll its way out of play. Julie does.
City to the final whistle, come on!
The Zebras looking like they're going to get themselves back on track with a win today. Have to hope for an awful lot to go right if they were going to get back in the title race at this stage, but whilst that seems unlikely, they definitely seem like they're going to play a role in shaping it. So still a very good team, capable of getting anyone on their day. Someone just rolled out a play on the far side. It's like Fergus Aitken being prepped here for Launceston City. Dylan Sanders lays it back off. Great chance this. McEwen. Flag was raised. And looks like it's going to be Isaac DeGetto replaced by Fergus Aitken here. So City shuffle the deck once more. Working shift from DeGetto. Turning to Launceston City after a brief spell at South Hobart. Long from Clark, headed centrally by McEwen onto Sanders, but who rolls it first time into the path of Edwards. If he stayed on side, this is looking very good indeed. Oh, well done. Sullivan got back, broke up the pass to Sanders. Sliding in, great challenge, Jan Harutza. And then just got taken out from behind, fairly cynically there by Noel Mees. Look at that. Did well to make the challenge. After losing his footing, losing his balance, managed to turn it into a pretty good slide challenge there, Harutza. So, Stone Cold describes my feet as well as this man's well-earned nickname. Ready to swing this one in. He's been lively throughout. Dylan, the left back of the Zebras, has really got forwards in his customary manner. One more offensive defenders going around, and let's take the bulk of the Zebra set pieces too. Former Bentley Greens fullback. Dylan swings it in. Clark comes and punches away. Aitken. Not decisively cleared. Muller rolls it back to Edwards. Edwards to Riley Dillon. It's Dillon on the angle who squares it back. It might fall for a little in the end. They get it away from him. And then they rake it down there Can't find Linger. Watman just parked back there, steers it forward, flicked on by Little. Good intervention from Millington. Yonazawa. Classy as ever. Zebras fullback. Arutza. That one's just gone. A play, or is he playing a free kick there? Yeah, fairly obvious free kick, quite late sliding in. So Dylan now from the opposite flank on his opposite peg. We'll use the left on this occasion, ambidextrous. Punched it in, made by Sullivan. Two number 10s. Jaden Hay first to it. Muller. They have a little dink. And now Dylan for McEwen. McEwen centering for Hughes Lutz, who couldn't quite direct the header. It's a good ball from Sunday McEwen. And it's been a much better second half from the Hobart Zebras. So you'll feel they probably should have been in the lead heading into the half-time break. Had a couple of good chances. Maybe it would have been a different game had they done that, but take one of the good chances they made, and Zebras have really grabbed a hold of this game from the moment they found the back of the net once. They've been reasonably in control. Here's Mees. He's quite been able to make the difference he was looking for. Hopefully the exam went a little better for him as Hughes Lutz slides in there. City now perhaps with a chance. Noah Mees. A little drop of the shoulder, then squares to Matreski. He's got Dyer in support. That's where he heads. Charlie Dyer bursting to get there. Thumping hit from Dyer. And it's taken a little touch behind for a corner too. It's a fizzing shot. Good build-up play this. Mees and Matreski just knew he had the support coming. Rolled it into his path. And that's a good save from Sammy Watman. Just getting fingertips to it. They take the short corner. Aitken. Zebras were fairly alert to the short corner, but they keep it through Dyer. Away by Little. Just misjudged by Malarozzi. And now Riley Dillon in a foot race here with Joe Dorazio. And Dillon squares it across for McEwen. It's the sub, McEwen. Tries to beat two. Jared Linger just got back to support Malarozzi there. Wins the ball. Aitken. Oh, just hugged the touchline nicely, kept it in, turned and went. Working back hard was Jaden Hay though. And in the end just tried to do a little too much perhaps there, Aitken. Swung forward, Hughes Lutz, ungainly but effective. Edwards. McEwen. Back to Hughes Lutz. Hughes Lutz looking for Sanders, who's on a hat-trick. Expect him to shoot on side. He swings in a great cross. What a save, Lockie Clark. That is a stunning stop to deny the McEwen header. Point blank range. How are the reactions? That is superb from Clark. You'll seldom see a better stop than that. Very nicely done. Great reactions from the keeper. McEwen must have thought he scored. He got great purchase on the header. And tonight a fourth is Tommy Little now making way for James Ackley. So looks like Hughes Lutz just going to slide back into a Tommy Little centre-back role, which is interesting. Certainly a strong, powerful figure in the air, but really a natural centre-back. May have featured a couple of times there in pre-season, if I recall. Here's Mees. Away by Harutza. McEwen. Back to Muller. Jimmy Ackley's first involvement to hustle out after this one. Yeah, hungry for goals here, the Zebras, after a couple of lean weeks. Yeah, looking in the mood here. Really trying to make this a big victory. Here's Matreski. Down the line for Dillon. Stone Cold Riley Dillon. Out the back for Edwards. Edwards was offside. Clark had done pretty well regardless. All for naught. So final 5 minutes here, and Zebra's players still barking the instructions. Sanders demanding they run this game out, and I'm not surprised they're looking for a full 90 minutes here after a couple of lacklustre performances. They've been keen to send a message that there's a lot of their season to go. Edwards is just struggling behind the play here at the moment. He's limping for the touchline.
Sunday, drop into the right side of midfield.
So Edwards looking very ginger.
No, he's going to hammy Tony.
So Edwards making way. Suggestions of a hamstring injury perhaps. Well, it looks like Nicky Edwards' night might just be done. And City profit while they've got the extra man out there. It's Noah Mees. Aiken. To Dyer. Offside against Matreski. Who copped a knock afterwards. Hobbling back to his feet quickly. And just caught one there from Hughesloot, but with the flag raised, that's away with it. Muller. Now Hughesloot, middle of defence. Just works this one up over the top. Riley Dillon didn't quite keep it in play. He thought he had, but the linesman flagging that one. So I suggest Nicky Edwards' night is definitely done. Doesn't appear to be heading back on. With the score of 3-0, they may not need him. And in fact, they're looking to add a fourth here as this one's seen behind for a corner. Matthew Sanders, I think, will be hungry. Try and find another hat-trick. He scored his 21st and 22nd goals of the season in this one. And once again, it's Dillon. And Clark comes out and comfortably gathers that one. Early release for Mees was pounced on by Geordie Muller. Won it back, worked it to McEwen. In acres of space is Riley Dillon. It's the first time cross, steered away by Millington. Now, charging is Hancock's down the right-hand flank here. A good run. There's three in the middle if he can get a cross in. Works it back that way. It was behind all comers though. Geordie Muller straining the sinews to get there first. Mees still working hard. His touch just a little too heavy in the end and out of play at Rolls. I do think City have missed the midfield presence of Shane Cartwright today. Actually in this second half, which got overrun in there a little. Ray Sanders has dropped back into space and linked up well. I feel Cartwright would have been important and just a physical presence in the midfield, stifling them a little more. Been in some red-hot form in the weeks prior, as this one's worked towards Noah Mees. Another way, Michael Rutzer, Fergus Aitken, back to Charlie Dyer. The youngsters combining, but Dyer's touch heavy, although charged it down and worked it to Aitken. Way before Mees could lash at it. Linger, Hancock's, just wide of the mark. He pulled the trigger. Looking for a spectacular goal. Scored the match winner against Glenorchy Knights. Didn't quite pick out the top right-hand corner of the net on that occasion. So we tick towards stoppage time in this one. It's going to be a Hobart Zebras victory. Gets their season back on track. We've just been derailed there. Although City might be able to get one here late as Jared Linger plays it between the legs and then fired over that top by Hancock's. took a touch. And Sammy Altman might have saved that in the end. The big keeper sliding out, might just got a piece of this one. On the replay, Linger. Great little ball to Hancock's, and the keeper's done extremely well there. Well done, Sammy Altman. A couple of good saves he's made now. Hancock's denied a second in as many games. Matreski. And Hugh Sloot, top of the box, Linger. Again, taking a little deflection that helped it on its way, and another corner here. See, well, they probably can't win this one, but they'd love to get on the score sheet. Spoil Watman's clean sheet. They've pumped plenty of bodies forward here as they push late. Again, Matreski. Delivery, Watman convincingly clear it. Dyer charged down the clearance, then smack one into Yonezawa at close range, and yet another corner. Matreski. And headed by Sullivan. And over the bar. His delivery from the set piece is pretty good, Matreski, on those corners. Was constantly asking questions. In the end, Nick Sullivan headed over the top, but it was his chance in the first half that sticks in the memory. He had to put that one away. A gilt-edged chance. Close range, headed over the top. And he got that one. Who knows how the second half might have played out. City take a couple of good chances they had. And the full-time whistle rings out at Buckby Land Rover Park. In the end, a pretty comfortable victory for the Hobart Zebras. 3-0. Made to work for it. City just couldn't take one of those first half chances. In the end, it left the door ajar, and a very professional job from the Zebras in the second half. They run out 3-0 winners. Matthew Sanders, 2 goals and an assist. He was outstanding in that second stanza. And the difference in the end, as we have a look at some of the highlights here. This was just when we started transmission. Bang! Rocketed into the post by Dyer. That was a pretty good look. We're on the replay screen for those boneheading. There was Matthew Sanders, though, with the header. The breakthrough goal. Trying frustrated. Dissected the gap between the man on the line, the keeper, to perfection. And then Dwayne Walsh, how about this for a hit? Rockets it home. Absolutely nothing Lockie Clark could do about that one. In time and space, and he's a powerful customer. That was 3-0. Matthew Sanders finishing off first time, striding in and just dinking it over the top of Clark. Classily done. He's 22nd of the season, and that was enough to secure the win for the Hobart Zebras. A 3-0 win here at Buckby Land Rover Park this evening. Recapping the earlier results, it was a 5-1 win to Olympia over Riverside and a thumping 12-0 win for Devonport over Clarence. The big story there, Miles Barnard setting a new record for most goals in a game. He scored 8. But here it was Sanders with 2 and an assist in a 3-0 win for the Hobart Zebras. We'll be back tomorrow to round out round 16. We've got Glenorchy Knights heading to Darcy Street to take on South Hobart. We'll bring you that one live, but from the Bion Stream and Slice of Cheese team here